Hello. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allendary. I'm a speech-language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm so happy that you are joining me today to do these exercises. Lisa prepared a special session. I think you know that I have a new grandbaby, so Lisa prepared a session about grandbabies. Say grandbabies with intent. Ready? Grandbabies. One more time. Grandbabies. And I'll show you a picture in just a little bit, but let's all smile with intent. We need to practice smiling every day. Ready? Very good. And I know we have people practicing with us who do not have grandbabies. They're busy raising their own children. But I will tell you, it is something to look forward to have grandbabies. Let's all take our sip of water with intent. If you haven't gotten into the chat feature yet, go ahead and where it says type in your nickname, type in your first name and where you're from. And how about sharing how many children and how many grandchildren you have? It's nice to get to know everybody. It's amazing that even though it's only online and we haven't met in person, we are building a nice community. And what I love about it, it's a community that is really focused on living with intent, being proactive in managing Parkinson's. Let's go ahead and start with the first speak out exercise. I want you to lift your voice and make it fly over your computer or your television. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. The more intent you put into this, the better. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Now, by intent, we don't mean yelling. We are projecting our voices forward. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Nice job. This time, let's stretch out the vowels. May, me, my, mo, moo. Notice that I don't necessarily do this whole sequence on one breath. Don't think about your breath. Just connect the sounds, speak out, and you will take the breath when you need to. Let's do one more stretched out. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very nice. Go ahead and take a sip of water with intent. That means think about what you're doing when you grab your cup or your glass and bring it to your mouth. And when you swallow, think about it, concentrate, focus. Moving on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide and lift that ah and project it forward. Here we go. Ah. We hold it for a maximum of 10 seconds. Less is okay, but no need to hold it more. Let's do it again. We are trying to produce a clear sound. If it's not clear, try to project out a little bit more to see if it clears up. If it doesn't, then stop. You never want to produce a sound that does not sound clear. Let's do it again. And if you haven't been through speak out therapy yet, you may say, well, I can't get a clear voice. Most people with Parkinson's can, but you need to project out a little bit more. Let's do it again. Good. Let's do a shorter one. Very nice. Time to take a sip of water with intent. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides, everybody's favorite. Project out is steady ah, so throw it in front of you and then slowly glide up. Ready? Make sure when you produce the ah, you really throw it forward. Sometimes people don't use enough intent on that. So it's ah, ready? Ah, ah. Mouth should be open as you're gliding down. Let's do the whole thing again. Stop. Usually the gliding down is harder for people. Let's start high and glide down. Ready? Good. Do it again. Start high. Good. One more from the beginning. Here we go. Very good. Let's take our sip of water. We're going to move on to the counting. Notice for the ahs and the glides, our mouth was just open. We weren't using our tongue and our lips. Well, now we're going to use the full speech mechanism, the breathing muscles, the vocal folds, and the articulators by adding words. And we start with numbers because they're easier. The Speak Out Therapy program works on a hierarchy where it keeps getting more challenging. So we'll do the counting, then we bump up a level to the reading, and then that's more challenging. I want you to lift and project every number forward. Stop at the end of each row. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Let's go backward. 12, 11, 10, 9, Nice job. Let's go down now. Here we go with intent. 1, 4, 7, 10. Don't let it trail off. 2, 5, 8, 11. 3, 6, 9, 12. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much effort are you putting forth? I think I'm putting forth a 13. Take a sip of water with intent. I have a question that came in that I want to answer. It says, hello, when I wake up with a froggy voice, I find that I am unable to participate with the daily practice sessions. I'm not sick, but I can't get my voice to engage. That is a very common complaint. And the first question I have, I bet you can guess what it is. Have you had a speak out evaluation, and have you gone through the formal speak out therapy program? The froggy voice, sometimes people come and complain of a hoarse voice, but it usually doesn't hurt, and usually people are not sick. It's a symptom really called glottal fry. Glottal fry. It's when you're not using enough breath support, but I don't want you to think about your breathing. Don't do that. That's old speech therapy. Doesn't work. But glottal fry is a very relaxed kind of voice, and I'll do it right now, but I'm not sure you're going to hear it on my fancy microphone, but it's just kind of, if I were to talk like this isn't the best example, but it's kind of like that. And most people with Parkinson's, when I see them for their evaluations, they truly believe that they cannot push through that and produce a clear voice. But a speak out provider can help you. Most people can. I've been doing this since 1999. I've never had a patient who couldn't do it. So have a speak out evaluation, see if the program will help you. Also, last Thursday and Friday, we talked about the speak out warm-up that you need to be doing. It's not only in the morning, but in the evenings before you go out. If you haven't used your voice in a while, it would be helpful to do a 5 or 10 warm-up, and it's more than just the Mamie My Moose. So if you missed last Thursday or Friday's sessions, I gave some examples of a warm-up. Let's move on to our reading. The topic is grandbabies. Yes, I have a new grandbaby. Everybody say, welcome, Walter. Ready with intent. Welcome, Walter. Yes, baby. Harvey now is a big brother and has his baby brother, Walter. Let's read each sentence twice. When you reach the highlighted words, I want you to imagine as you're reading, you're projecting your voice up and over a tennis net. But when you get to the highlighted word, it's going all the way to the serving line. Ready? Today we are celebrating a new grandbaby. Again. Today we are celebrating a new grandbaby. Next. Walter was born on September 18th. Again, highlighted words go further, reach further. Read it again. Walter was born on September 18th. Next. He weighed 6 pounds and 6 ounces. Again. He weighed 6 pounds and 6 ounces. Next, he was 20 inches long. Can you make your voice go even further with the highlighted words? It takes a lot of control. Let's read that sentence again. He was 20 inches long. Go ahead and take a sip of water and enjoy this beautiful photo of Walter. We're going to move on to our conversation exercise, and this is where we have to think a little bit more and speak out. So Lisa has prepared some math for us. What year will Walter turn 5 years old? Say the year with intent. Let's read it together. Ready? 2029. When you say 9, make sure you speak out. Let's say it together again. 2029. Again. 2029. You're always reaching for the end. When you're talking to people, kind of reach for the end. Make sure you don't trail off. Here's another question, a lot tougher than the first one. What year will Walter turn 18? Say the year with intent. I needed some extra time on that too. Let's say the year with intent and don't let it trail off. 2042. Again, 2042. Oh my. And I have a question for you. What is your best advice for parents of a newborn? I want you to say every word with intent. All right, take a sip of water. I think my advice to a parent of a newborn is take advantage of the grandparents. We love to help, and so don't be shy about asking. We're going to do Dr. Boone's words, every syllable with intent. Speak out. Ready? Gula ganga ga. Again. Gula ganga ga. The next one. Ku ka mangu ka. Really exaggerate. Ku ka mangu ka. Ready? Gangla. Speak out. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. All right. We are going to, let me ring the bell. And we use the bell because it's like a bonus round. We're going to do our bonus reading. Every word over the tennis net, but the highlighted words all the way to the serving line. Here we go. The relationship between a grandchild and grandparent is a very special one. While grandparents provide unconditional love and often act as an authority figure, they also get to spoil their grandkids in a way parents simply can't. But beyond that, grandparents also wield incredible influence. Grandparents come with years' worth of wisdom to share with their grandkids. Here's a picture of me and my husband and Walter. Let's read the last part of this paragraph. I love the part about spoiling. Let's start with the word while, okay? And really exaggerate. Do it even better this time. Ready? While grandparents provide unconditional love and often act as an authority figure, they also get to spoil their grandkids in a way parents simply can't. But beyond that, Grandparents also wield incredible influence. Grandparents come with years' worth of wisdom to share with their grandkids. You can download today's reading material. Take what you learned in this session and practice, practice, practice. I'm so proud of you for doing your speak out exercises today. We're all learning how to speak and to swallow and to live with intent. See you tomorrow.